Hello Grinder School, Colossos, and I'm playing another multi-table full ring session here at Full Tilt. Today I'm playing 5-0. Myself, I'm not a big favorite to play as low as 5-0, especially anything lower than 5-0 I would consider. Here, Cal Limpton. I'm gonna call once on this see the turn card. The guy seems really needy with the 12-10 stacks, and he is really wanting to put in money. So I'm putting him like on a set, more than likely. I'm gonna call once more. And I'm gonna check this behind. There is like really no point in. And apparently he was completely bluffing there. I don't know why he decided to bluff in that spot. Oh, by the way, after this session I will do a hand history review as I did last time and was apparently appreciated by members at Grinder School. So as I was saying, these stakes, 5-0 stakes is really as low as I would go. Anything lower and you're not playing poker anymore. The games will play like play money, and you will pick up or either not evolve yourself as a poker player. You can definitely make a decent you can make a profit at these really micro stakes games, but if you want to evolve as a poker player, I would not recommend playing 5-0 or anything below. And I would just deposit $100 more and immediately start out at the 10-0 games. Watch some videos before you do, and make sure you got a decent understanding of the game, and start playing at least at 5-0, and if possible I would go immediately to 10-0. So with that being said, we can start playing. Here I raised up king queen. We've got a caller. We flop top pair, medium kicker. I'm betting there for value. You can definitely sometimes check behind there if you think you're never gonna get called by anything worse. But I think at 5-0 stakes, the money is going to come from betting your good hands pretty fast. I'm gonna take a piece of paper so I can write down which hands I want to review. I know Poker Tracker has you can mark hands for review, but when the tables are jumping this fast as they will be when I'm 10 tabling, it's hard to mark hands for review as the table will jump away once I've acted. So we get pocket queens and some pretty standard folds. I know it's probably not as easy for all members to follow the action on 10 tabling, but rest assured that I will do an analysis afterwards. Ace 5 suited here. It's only a min raise, but the guy has like no money behind, and it's really not worth it to call there with Ace 5 suited on the button. Or even definitely not 3-bet. 7-10 suited, the guy on the button seems pretty tight, and the players in the blinds seem, well, I don't really have any reads, but I think the button was tight enough to warrant a raise there with 7-10 suited. And people at these stakes usually don't 3-bet really loose, so I think you can get away with opening up a bit more hands in late position, as the button will not take advantage of you all that often. If it's really the case that the player on your left is giving you a hard time, you might as well just switch tables at these stakes. It doesn't matter. You don't have to adjust here. Folding ace jack suited seems nitty, but we are out of position, and the raise comes from a guy with 17-8 stats. So we're just gonna get ourselves into trouble post flop. King 9 here, offsuit on the button. We've got either some donk, probably a limper. I'm definitely ISO raising here with King 9 off on the button. Standard folds. Queen Jack, standard fold under the gun. Please don't open it. A6 suited. Middle position. It's a little bit too weak to open up. Especially at 5 and L, where I believe that you will get a high number of callers. Here 6-7 suited. The guy is fully stacked. We can definitely 3-bet here once just to check out what they're going to do. I myself have never played the 5 and L stakes. So it's kind of interesting to see how the play goes, although I expect that there will not be this much difference between 5 and L and 10 and L. And apparently people still limp fold because the hands didn't come back. Here again, some guy limped in, but I have 3-10 offsuit, which is not a really good hand. We probably have a calling station on the button and in the blind, so 3-10 offsuit is really too weak to ISO raise. Definitely raising up. Ace jacks offsuit there after the button limps in. Definitely a lot of bad players at these stakes. I'm raising here 10 king suited. The guy is in it. Here we hit. You can make a case for checking this behind. You can make a case for betting. I think you can go either way. I'm betting that flop with my entire range, the ace high flop, whether I hit or miss. Well, sometimes if I hit, I might even check it back, depending on the strength of my ace. On the other hand, you can also wonder if people at these stakes are thinking as far as ahead as I would, that I actually bet that flop with my entire range. So they should be calling me lighter, but I don't know if they really think this far. Again, limper as all standard situations, ace 10 offsuit on the button. What's okay? So we ISO raised with ace 10. Flop is really bad. I mean, this hits his limp calling range way too often, so I'm not even gonna bother c-betting. Plus, we have the backdoor not flush draw, so if a spade comes off, it would be nice. And still, we have ace high, so we actually might still have the best hand. I'm gonna check again here. No point in betting. We still get checked. We might still have the best hand. He's never folding a pair. I'm not representing anything if I bet, although I don't think he really thinks about it. So I'm gonna, because you guys, I know you guys like to see showdowns, so I will write down the hand and I will show what he had after the session. Queen Jack suited looks really good, but we are under the gun, so I'm just gonna fold it here. Ace 4, there's a lot of that money on this pot. The guy, this is a donkey playing 75, so I'm gonna raise it up, especially with that money in the pot from some guy who donk posted. So Ace 6 offsuit again, the guy limps in, standard situation. I think this happened now like 4 or 5 times in this short uh, game. Oh, wow. I run good. You can make a case for checking behind, you can make a case for betting. I am betting, but I'm gonna bet like small. These people interpret maybe small bets as weakness. And I also saw that things get better and better. Once he called me on the flop, I doubt that he folds to a turn bet. And I want to get all the money in, so that's why I decided to bet this big on the turn. Let's just put them all in. What hand was this? A6. I will go over it after the session to give a little bit more explanation as to bet sizing. We get called by the big blind. He's really short. If he has a 7, so be it. I mean, I'm never falling here against probably a donkey, so I don't have to bet really big on the flop either. Pretend that I'm weak and hopefully that he bluff shoves or anything. Oh, we got a table breaking up. I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna play. Let me just finish this hand because we flopped top pair, top kicker. What am I saying? Top pair. I will bring it up again just a minute, because I'm playing the hand here. We flopped top pair. I see people sometimes checking back. I'm betting here for value. I expect to get worse, but call by worst. There are enough draws out. If I get raised, we have an easy fold with the 10 jack. Um, this is just a heads up. Okay, and now the worst card in the deck comes off, an ace. We just have to fold against the nits playing 9-6. Anyway, not important. I'm raising up aces here. We get 3-bet by a guy who never 3-bets. He's raising like 2%. Easy fold with king jack suited. What happened here? I open up nines. Blue. I'm gonna bet for value. Good enough draws to warrant a bet there for value. Plus the guy is short. This is a really crappy flop. If I get raised on this flop, I'm folding my pocket aces. It sucks, but hey, so be it. I'm check calling there with the pocket nines. Let me write down the hand so we can go over after the session. Here we get called. Yeah, I mean, everybody can see that this is the worst card in the deck. I have to check fold or see at least what he bets. Here I'm calling. And the king comes off, which is not a bad card. If he bets here, I'm probably folding. Here we just have to fold. I mean, I'm never good against the guy who's playing 6-6. This is interesting that he bets like 65 cents. Either he has a misdraw or a 10. We're getting. I have to think fast. I think we can fold it. It's close. It's really close. And the problem with stacking the tables is that I cannot coordinate my actions by folding already the crappy hands. But anyway, it was pretty close there. I don't see people really betting rivers often. As a bluff, I mean. Ace 9 here. We've got the donkey who min raising. We got another donkey calling. I'm gonna call here. If I hit an ace, I think I'm pretty good. And it was only like we were getting like more than 1 in 5, so I'm not going broke either if I hit an ace. Well, depending on the board texture. I have to fill in another table. Let's see, okay. I'm actually gonna fill in 2 more. Oh, I'm sorry for this. Join table. Come on. I hear set mining. Set mining didn't work. It's kind of annoying to have to fill in other tables during a session, especially when I'm stacking the tables, but excuse me guys for this. And there's a misclick here with the pocket force, obviously. I was okay, we can fold this, we can fold, ace 5 fold, 9-3 off fold. And as you can see, I mean, I'm playing 11 tables and we still have quite a lot of that time in between. Just because these games tend to play really slow. King 10 offsuits. Just, I'm gonna raise it up. That was really needy also. Probably some bad players in the blinds, especially when they're playing like with only 20 big blinds. Of course, the 13-9 guy, Super Nits, decides to 3 bets, and we can't call there with King 10 off. We're dominated by everything in his range. Fold, fold, fold. Pocket threes, we got 3 bets. The guy is fully stacked. I don't like calling here. We have position though. But it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna fold. Here I'm gonna ISO raise a donkey. Ace queen, definitely ISO raising here. I think I will call this video the ISO raising video. That seems what we are doing. But we got a very famous limp re-raise, even over limp, which is kind of weird to me, especially because people tend to. I'm gonna mark this hand, and I know I shoved in ace queen there. Don't worry. We will not know the results until I go over the session. So either I look like a complete idiot after the hand, or I don't. Here again, still I'm not gonna. People make the weirdest plays at these stakes. And I get re-raised. My hand is never good here anymore. Against the guy who's playing 41, never raises preflop. I will mark the hand too. I want to say something about it. I've mentioned it in previous videos, but I know sometimes you cannot stress certain things enough. Okay, this hand is going all in here. Uh, this rigs like aces versus, but I'm not folding at kings at 5 and all. Actually, this was the table. Let's instantly see. I'm curious too as what to show up with. And he showed up with pocket queens and sucked Albanos. Wee! Pocket deuces. We get dunked into nothing. Nothing I'm gonna do on that flop. I really don't like the way he played the queens, by the way, with 4 betting there. Yeah, first min raising pre-flop, then 4 betting. Well, he played it completely wrong. For sure here. This is close to a c-bet. Well, flop is dry enough to warrant a c-bet. Against one player I would definitely c-bet. Against two it's a lot more close. Again, standard isolation raise. The limper is short, but he's in it, so I don't expect him to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 way. Gonna. There is like almost no value. I'm just gonna bet smallish and hope to get called, or crying call by some 2-pair type hands. Here we get dunked into. Oh no, this is the C. I just have to fold it now. We're not even getting the odds to call there, and when people dunk, especially people who are really passive pre-flop and they start betting, dunk betting post-flop, usually it's not a good sign. 99 fold versus under the gun raise. A10 offsuits. The guys behind me are tight, so I'm gonna ISO raise with A10 offsuits. Here I'm folding. Oh, no, I'm folding pocket deuces. Here definitely ISO raising with ace queen. 7 king. I didn't see the limper here. Could have ISO raised, but there's a shorty behind me. It's probably a donkey. He limped in now too. And king 7 is not like the best hand to be ISO raising with. Here we ISO raised. Flop is dry enough, and we do get equity with our 2 overcards, so I'm gonna try to take it down there. 10-8. I ISO raised again here at 10-8. Really not a good flop to see that, especially against 2 people. Now this guy goes all in over the top. Ridiculous play. Here we got a ridiculous small 3-bet by out of position by some guy. Whatever. I'm checking. There's a donkey in the small blind, which worries me here. Otherwise, I would 3-bet definitely. I'm still gonna try to do it though. With 5-6 off there and hoping that the small blind Doesn't do anything stupid. But you can definitely fold there, especially with the small blind playing like 50% of his hands. 7-8 suited, guy raises. This button is going to come along and he's gonna have position, so I'm just gonna fold the 7-8 suited there. Pocket fives, super set mining situation under the gun raises. Well, everybody is fully stacked, so standard set mine. Isolation raise with pocket fives. You can also limp afterwards. I like to raise. Here we get. Oh yeah, this was the pocket fives hand. We missed, so we're done with the hand. Again, we get pocket fives. Oh, stupid eye. Now I'm just gonna fall because the button is really is apparently here. I ISO raised down with guitar set, so I'm definitely betting. Kings definitely raising, of course. We get called, which is nice. I want to get the money, and so I'm gonna make. If he calls, like I don't expect him to fold really often, unless he was like floating me light. So I'm just gonna bet enough so I can practically shove the. What happened here? Uh, oh, nice flop. I'm not folding here ever. If you get raised. I want to talk about the 1-5-5 hand. So write it down. Yes. Oh, we do get raised. Oh, wow. The guy is deep, which basically. Fuck. I don't have time to think about it really. I'm gonna re-raise. I have top pair. I have the second nut flush draw. I didn't want to raise him big. I still want him to give him like some. I still want him to think that I can fold. Although what he is doing is really strong. He doesn't want me to fold a pair. Oh god damn it! I misclicked. God, I hate stacking tables. I was clicking on the deal me in here on. Oh well, maybe it's for the better when he shoves there. I don't think I'm really good off. So really, I'm serious. When you're playing yourself and you're, of course, you guys are not recording your play, don't stack the tables because you're gonna make mistakes like this by fitting the buttons over each other. It's like the worst way to play actually to multi-table. Tanking here, guy who raises an unknown. I'm not gonna call, even though we are on the button, we're gonna be too dominated. Standard folds now. A6, it's against the guy who you can raise here. I'm just gonna check behind because when I raise and an ace comes off, I'm never gonna get any money in. And he can have it. Hmm. Oh, pretty standard folds again. Pocket jacks. I'm gonna play for 1 more minute and then go over the review. I think I will look like an idiot because I don't see my stack up on any table. But anyway, we did get sucked out on with kings versus queens. Ace jack. Oh, it's close. It's really close. I'm gonna raise it up. Not the best flop, but decent enough to see bet here. We get 3-bet with the king 10 off, easy fold. Good card, bad card. I'm torn in between because the guy is 11-11 and part of his range is definitely flush draws. I can't give a free card, I have to bet fold here. We get dunked into smallish. I'm gonna raise it up. The guy did seem like a calling station there with the pocket fours. But usually I have the feeling that these dunk bets are pretty weak. Standard c-bet here. Following. Okay, and I think I have. I want to show this ace jack type of hand too, and maybe it. Okay, so I'm gonna be back in 1 minute to go over some of the hands that we just played. Okay guys, I'm back and let's go over some of the hands that I pointed out. First hand, we have ace 10 on the button. And as I've been doing a lot in this video, we are ISO raising pretty wide. Ace 10 of course is definitely for value. You can already see what villain actually I can hide. I should do it for the other. I will hide the results and explain my thinking along the way. So we're raising for value now. This is really hits his limp calling range, 6-7, two-tone board, a lot of straight draws, a lot of flush draws, a lot of one pair type of hands. He's not folding small pocket pairs to 1-bet, so I decided to check behind. We have the backdoor nut flush, which does come into play here. And our ace high actually might be the best hand. The 9, and he checks again to us, and once he checks again to us here, we probably have the best hands, or he's afraid of the 9 and has a pair of 7s, although I see people betting this too often. So when we have the best hand here, I don't see any reason to bet on the turn. We can go to showdown, probably have the best hand. Once he checks, definitely not betting river. I mean, what's the point in betting the river? And as you can see, the guys are limp calling with 10-3 suited, so this ISO raising becomes quite profitable at these stakes. Next hands. Give me a second, guys. Okay, we have ace 4 suited. We are. Where are we? We got a dunk poster here on our left. Oh yeah, I remember this hand. Guy limps in. There's that money in the pot. The guy is fully stacked, which also comes into play. The guy who limped in. He is a donkey though, only over 7 hands though, so we are not for sure. We are not sure. I am raising here, and as you can see, what happens is everybody folds, and I pick up like 3.5 big blinds, I guess. 3.5 big blinds, which is quite considerable. If your win rate is like 3.5 big blinds per 100 hands, you're not doing bad. You're doing good. So I'm just made the profit of 100 hands here. Next. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong button. There are quite a few hands I want to go over. Okay, I don't know. I have a6 apparently. I don't remember this hand. Again, again a limper from the cutoff. I ISO raise, I expect. Yes. And a call. Oh yes, and we hit the nuts. Yes, now I remember. And actually, I bet a little bit too small here. I don't like my bet sizing. I could definitely make it 30 cents here. I shouldn't make 30 cents. Although 25 cents is still okay, and the reason why it's okay is that he's not fully stacked, and I'm never folding in the hand no matter what comes off. I mean, there's like no card which we are afraid of. So I bet he calls, and there's now 79 cents in the pot, and there's it's a little bit less than $3 behind. So if I bet like 80 cents here, well, the pot will be big enough to shove it in on the river, and that's what I do. I've even 75 cents is enough to have a pot size bet left on the river. Which I do. Unfortunately, he does fold, so I don't know what he really has. Probably something like pockets, a pocket pair that just didn't. That yeah, actually some pocket pair, I guess. I mean, I don't see anything else. Pockets, anything between pocket fours, pocket fives, maybe pocket sevens, I guess. So I had no hands on the guy, only 3 hands, so it's anybody's guess. Just to show you guys that bet sizing is quite important, because you can lose a lot of money if you don't get villain stack when you should have gotten villain stacks. Wait a minute, because I am showing commercials for Acer, and that's not the point of this video. I mean, you're losing money when you should have gotten villain stack in certain hands. And I have to be careful what I say, because this is not always true, as you want to put your villains on a range, but I have to. I will come back to that. Here, pocket nines. Standard raise from under the gun. Yes, I think I made a mistake in this hand. So the flop comes 4, 7, 10. I see bet, which I don't mind. There's so many draws, so many worse hands he will call with 7x. He's calling me with 8, 9, 5, 6, 6, 9, 6, 8. I mean, of course 10x is also calling me with. There's a whole range of hands he's calling me with that I beat. So I bet the turn is a good turn card. Only 5, 6 got there. I check it to him, and he bets like 35 cents. And at this point, I can cancel like 10x out of his range, just because he would bet bigger. He supposedly should bet bigger if he has 10x, especially on this draw heavy board. So my hand is probably good here, and I can probably either check call the river, or even check shove here and make him pay for his draws. I opt to check call, which I like, and actually here we're getting like 3 to 1, even 3.5 to 1 on a call here, and I think if he really has it, he probably jams it in. We have no reads, like 4 hands. I never played 5 and now, so can't really see. Let's think about its range. 5-6 would probably jam this river to get paid off. I mean, I think he missed his draw, and definitely not 10x, because 10x would have betten bigger on the turn. So either he hit the king, which is possible. So I mean, this should have been a call here. If we think about his range next. Next, okay. Oopla. Ace queen. I think this was the hand. Do I look like an idiot or don't I? We have a limper. We have an over limper. We've got a call standard from donkeys, and then we get the 3-bet, and I instantly set aces or kings. And then I was thinking, if he has aces or kings, wouldn't he have raised after some guy already limped in? And that was my thinking after my secondary thinking, because usually people limp in aces or kings when they are first in the pot, because if they are afraid that if they raise and everybody falls, they didn't get enough value of their aces or kings. But when somebody limps in, they know they will not probably not fold pre-flop, and they still raise up their ace kings, and that's why I just shoved it in there, knowing that both guys are pretty bad. I actually shoved it in for value, so not as a bluff then. I do get called, and I do look like an idiot, because the guy shows up. The one guy shows up with ace jack, which is good, and the other guy showed up with kings, but as you can see, we sucked out for the splits, and the kings lost. So, but I just want to say that in this hand, you can definitely fold, because like limp 3-bets is like aces of kings at these stakes, apparently, always, or in a 10 and all the same. I just didn't want to believe it now, just because the guy didn't raise after somebody already limped before him. Anyway, next hand. What is this? We have 10 jack. Again, ISO raise, standard ISO raise. Top pair, top kicker. Some guy who is 41-0 bets into me like small. He never has a 10. He would bet bigger. So I'm raising it up for value. He calls. Shitty card comes off. He bets 5 cents. I cannot call this bet, because we're practically giving a free card to a spade to come off. So I raise, and then when we get re-raised here, insta fold. He got there with his flush. Somebody who's 41-0, you are never ever good here. People who are like pre-flop lose passive, and then post-flop start having imaginary lines, like aggressive imaginary lines. You might as well give them credit and just fold. You're gonna save yourself some money. Ace jack offsuit under the gun. I raise it up, which is kind of iffy. And what happened? We get a caller. I bet, and oh yeah, this is what I want to talk about. He calls. Guy is 13-13, quite needy. The ace of diamonds comes off, and please, people, don't check this to him. I mean, checking here is allowing him to play perfectly against you. I mean, you really don't want to give a free card on this flop. So I already made up my mind. I'm bet folding here. In this case he folded, but I see too many people checking here. But with another diamond coming off, he has another reason, more reason to call another bet, just because he might have like king. Yeah, he might have like king queen with the king of diamonds, and he's gonna call another bet for sure with that hand. So, but probably he doesn't have king queen of diamonds here. But I mean, you know what I mean. Don't give free cards there just because you're afraid to get raised off. If you get raised off there, just fold. I mean, there's no shame in folding there. Last hand I wanted to go over with is pocket fours. Let's check it out. Happens. Oh yeah. I raise on the button, small blind calls, and small blind donks out 15 cents into 35 cents. He's never doing this with the jack. He would protect his jack. This is more like something they saw in some video about feeler bets and knowing where you are. I have complete air, no showdown value. I just raised it up smallish. Don't have to be really raised up big. I mean, and he insta folds. He has like a pair of deuces, a pair of fives maybe, and or some 2 overcards, and just want to see if I connected to this flop. Okay, so this was Colossus for another Grinder School video. If you have any questions, post them in the forums and I will get to them. See you guys.